Hey everyone, welcome back to another Explainer. Today we're diving into a term you've probably heard in literally every business meeting, SEO, Search Engine Optimization. But here's a totally wild fact for you. Over 90% of all pages on the internet get absolutely zero traffic from Google. None. Zip. They are completely invisible. So if your answer to what is SEO is just spelling out the letters, well, this explainer is exactly what you need. We're not just talking about fancy marketing jargon here, we're talking about modern business survival. So whether you're prepping for a big interview or trying to strategize for your own company, you really need to understand what actually separates that highly visible top 10% from the invisible majority.
Now, right off the bat, search engine optimization sounds honestly kind of technical, right? But it's funny. Most people who are desperately trying to do SEO completely skip over the most fundamental question: what are we actually optimizing? Like, are we optimizing the search engine itself? Are we somehow rewiring how the whole internet operates? It's a question that trips up almost every single beginner. To really get this concept and stop just guessing, we have to look past the buzzword and break this massive idea down into its actual moving parts.
Okay, let's kick things off with the search engine part. Instead of thinking of it as some cold, complex software, imagine it as the ultimate, hyper-efficient digital librarian. This librarian has one massive job: retrieving highly specific information from an unimaginably huge digital haystack. We are talking billions upon billions of individual files and pages scattered all across the World Wide Web. So when a user asks a question, this system doesn't just look for an answer. No, it attempts to find the absolute perfect answer, the single most relevant needle in that giant haystack. And it has to do it in literally a fraction of a millisecond.
All right, so what about the second half? Optimization. Now sure, that sounds like pure tech jargon, but in this ecosystem, it's actually deeply tied to human psychology and user intent. It's not just about making things load faster. It is the deliberate art of making yourself the absolute, undeniable best answer to a user's specific problem. When we bring these two halves together, we aren't just talking about writing code. We're talking about positioning your business so perfectly that when our digital librarian goes looking for a solution to someone's problem, your page is the only logical choice to hand over.
And that brings us directly back to our opening question. Can you actually optimize the search engine itself? There's this super common myth among beginners that they need to somehow outsmart, hack, or alter Google's highly secure back-end algorithms to force their way to the top. But the reality? The reality is much simpler, and frankly, much harder. We do not optimize the search engine. We optimize our own website. We meticulously craft our own site to be the most relevant, authoritative, and user-friendly result possible. We're leveraging the engine's power to properly showcase our business rather than trying to manipulate it.
Let's make this real and see how this actually dictates business survival. Imagine you've put immense effort into building this stunning designer dress showroom in Delhi. I mean, the fabrics are exquisite, the window displays are absolutely perfect, and the customer service is unmatched. But what if that beautiful showroom is hidden way down a dark, unmapped alleyway with zero signs? It literally doesn't matter how gorgeous those dresses are. Your competitors, the ones located right out on the bustling main street, are going to win your customers by default simply because they are visible. In the digital world, SEO is exactly how you pack up your business, move it out of that alley, and set up shop right on the main street.
When you get this right, the customer's journey is just incredibly seamless. Imagine a potential buyer pulling out their phone. They have a very specific, high-intent desire, so they type in designer dresses in Delhi. Because your digital storefront is perfectly optimized, you don't just pop up somewhere in a vast ocean of results, you command the absolute top spot. That immediate, prominent visibility, right at the exact moment of their search intent, turns a casual searcher into a captivated buyer. They click, they explore your beautiful inventory, and they buy. It's the digital equivalent of them walking right through your front door.
You know, this funnel, where visibility cascades right into tangible business growth, really cannot be overstated. Capturing that top search engine ranking is absolutely vital. And here's a harsh digital reality to explain why. The #1 spot on a search engine typically captures over a quarter of all user clicks, over 25%. Meanwhile, anything pushed to page 2? Well, it might as well not even exist. Earning that top spot drastically boosts your overall visibility, which naturally drives higher conversion rates. Because when more people with immediate buying intent see it first, those clicks transform into paying customers, driving serious, measurable growth. That is the true power of this process. It's about preparing your website to be the undisputed champion of your customer's query.
So I have to ask, is your business currently in the spotlight, or is it hidden away in the shadows of page 2?
If someone searched for your exact service or product right this second, would they find you, or would they effortlessly find your competition? Grasping what SEO actually is, optimizing your own platform to perfectly serve the user, is the vital first step to dominating your market. I really hope this explainer demystified the core mechanics of search engine visibility for you and highlighted exactly why it is non-negotiable for modern business growth. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and make sure your site is always ready to be found. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer.